All right, do me a favor. Open up your Chromebook, and I need two things open on the screen. Ready? The first thing is the poem on the left side. If you're asking yourself which poem, in there is a Frankenstein poem. Frankenstein poem. The next thing that you're going to do is plot diagram. You should have both of those open. If not open on your screen, definitely available in your tabs. Quick point of note as you guys are finding that. You had an assignment due last night. What? The assignment was direct and indirect characterization. That assignment was due yesterday, last night, by 11:59 and 59 seconds. And since you can't turn back the hands of time, Dr. Emmett Brown, it's late. I will mark it accordingly. So, if you need help with direct and indirect characterization, please go back and watch my YouTube channel, session 16, maybe 17. It talks about direct and indirect characterization. Very important, Abby. Very important when trying to become a better reader. And guess what? The things that we do today, Kara, also help becoming a better reader. So, we are going to look at, we won't look at the poem to start. What we are going to look at is plot diagram. Now, for some reason, my computer went crazy on my end. I have no clue what some of these directions are trying to communicate. So I'm just going to state what it's trying to communicate. Remember, you should have two things available on your screen. Number one, the poem, Frankenstein. Number two, you should have the plot diagram. Okay? And the directions are, in the telling of any story, whether it's The Outsiders, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, Telltale Heart, or Frankenstein. In the telling of any story, there is a sequence of events, a pattern, a flow, if you will. We recently looked at this with the Telltale Heart. You may remember it last year with any of the books that you read then. In any event, we are going to investigate the plot diagram for the poem Frankenstein by Edward Field. Below are 5 boxes, but do not type in those 5 boxes yet. That will be the last thing we do. Representing each phase of the story, it will be your task to indicate which parts of the story belong in the correct position within the plot diagram. However, before we begin, and this is crucial, pay attention. Before we begin, let us ensure that we know what each part of the story should contain. I have completed the first one for you, and we're going to go over that right now. The first one is exposition. In the exposition, I labeled that it's letter A, which this is A in sign language, by the way. Everybody looking? This is A in sign language. Very important to know. Okay? Part exposition establishes the main characters or the protagonist and the setting. You will always get the characters. Sometimes you'll get the setting. And I would say the more you read, it's less likely that the setting will sound something like this. On October 29th, 2020, in a Licking Heights high school that was converted to a middle school, inside the library, there were 13, it is not going to happen that way. What will happen is you will be given details that you as the reader sort of have to piece together and infer what the setting is. One example, it might say his hands were almost frozen due to the frigid temperatures. You would have to connect the dots with it's in the northern hemisphere, and it's probably winter. Okay? You've got to put that together. It's somewhere in the northern hemisphere, or I guess in the southern hemisphere, and it's during the winter because it's freezing. My hands are so cold. That's what the character is saying. So you got to know that. Okay? Exposition, it will tell you who the main characters are and probably even the setting. Now, here's what I'm going to do. See that? There's a clock right there. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. How many minutes? 2 minutes to correctly identify in that top section, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You guys playing along at home? I hope you have your plot diagram open. You're going to put the letter next to whatever corresponds with that particular piece of the plot diagram. Here we go. 2 minutes. On your mark, get set, go. And I'll be around to watch and look and see how things are going. So if I disappear, nope, I'm taking you with me. I am taking you with me. You are walking with me today. That's what's going to happen. I'll make sure I look up. This way we got this. All right, check this out. You're going to look at those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did you already do this? Did you already? Okay, good. Okay. You're just going to put a tiny little... Did you erase my A? I thought I did that one for you. That's correct. That's A. Then all you got to do is go down. Which one of these is rising action? That's all you got to do. Let me help you out here. I did that first one for you. Good job. Go ahead and put it on there. There you go. Now all you have to do is figure out which one of these, B, C, D, E, are rising action to put the letter there. Does that make sense? Good, good, good. Whew. Little Miss Funny Girl. Oh, did you? My bad. It's probably because that's what I said. I mixed those letters up. Did you think there was someone named Sarah in this class? Let me see what you got here. Let me see if that's right. Does that look right to you? Yeah. Okay, that's why you put it there. That's why you did that. Good job. What are we looking at here? There you go. That's it. That's it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Oh, you got lucky, I see, huh? Good job. AECDB. Let me see if I got that correct. We're going around from class to class and looking. No, kid to kid and looking. I got it. Yep. Oh, 15 seconds. Nice work. Nice work. These aren't hard enough to get a Jolly Rancher. No? Hey. Good, because that's mine. I want to eat that at the end of this period. Good job, good job. All right. Time, if you don't have them, that's okay. What I want to do is give you the opportunity to announce that you may have one or two of them. So first and foremost, exposition we said was letter A. What did we say rising action was? Anyone give a shot? Hold on. I gotta learn these names, but I can't say it because you're on. Oh, PN. E, real quick, if you're sign language people. E. He said rising action was E. And that's correct, by the way. That is correct. So if you had that, give yourself a hand. Climax. J. Starts with a J. JT. C. For you guys that are sign language people, that's C. Nice job. Hey, that was a bad throw, not a bad catch. My bad. Next up, number 4, falling action. Right? Oh, hold on. You walked in. KR. D. D is correct. Now, D is this. Is that D? No, what's D? Is that D? D. Good job. That's absolutely correct. So far, we have A, E, C, and D. Now, listen. If you only knew 4 of those, you could get this right because there's only one letter left, and I'll tell you what it is. Ready? B, as in boy. Okay? That's very important to know. Now that we have those, A, E, C, D, and then B, now that we have those in place, we're going to skip down to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. All right, we're going to do a similar thing with vocabulary. Now, here's what I need you to understand. Don't worry about looking at your computer. Now, I want to tell you 2 quick stories. In years past, we have done something with vocabulary in which you would be given 3 tasks for each word. Number 1, you would have to define it. Number 2, you'd have to come up with a synonym and an antonym for that word. Then you had to use it in a sentence that you created, which I love that. But let me tell you, there was a kid 2 years ago who did such a good job. The English department, they turned it into what's called redletter.com to see if he cheated. He did such a good job with his sentences that I thought he cheated. I was like, where did he get this stuff? So I showed it to someone who's been teaching English a really long time, was very smart. She said, oh, let me put this in here. It was like a plagiarism website. Not plagiarized. That's how good he did. He did a great job. So, that's story number 1. Story number 2 is this. At the end of the day, at the end of a period, everybody left. I had a student come up to me. This was just last year. He said, Mr. Neiman, I want you to know that knowing what these words mean enhances the story, makes it make more sense, and it adds to the depth of the story. We're going to find out why that matters here in a second. Okay? So let's go over the vocabulary section here. Here we go. Vocabulary. Please note, the enhancement or the growth of your vocabulary enables you to truly communicate your thoughts and or feelings. The more words you can use to explain how you feel on the inside or what you're thinking, the better off you'll be. This is why people who are bi, tri, or multilingual can oftentimes express themselves better than those who are not bi, tri, or multilingual. We call those people Americans. Just kidding, bad joke. So I used to work at a different school district, and I had a desk thrown at me one time. This kid was, well, there were a lot of kids in the building that were the same way. Don't get any ideas. Yeah, don't get any ideas. He threw a desk at me. He's very frustrated. In our conversations with the principal, we had conversations about the student and a lot of the students. And one of the things that came up was these students lack the vocabulary to truly tell how they feel on the inside. So what do? They clench their fists and they start throwing them. That is one reason, just one reason. It's not the only reason, but that is one reason that vocabulary is so important. Okay?
It's like if you have younger brothers or sisters or family members when they're toddlers, when a toddler doesn't get what they want, or they're tired, or they're hungry, what do they end up doing? Do they ask you, or what do they usually do? You've never been around a toddler.
Ever been?
Teenagers act the same way, actually.
They throw tantrums? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, JT.
He didn't think you would know the answer.
Gotcha.
Yeah. A toddler throws a tantrum because they don't have the words to tell you what's wrong or what they want. So they get frustrated and they cry and they kick and they bite and whatever else because they don't have the words to tell you. It's the same thing. It gets frustrating when you don't have the words. Just as a little aside, there's been studies done that says that the chemical reaction that occurs in a toddler's brain when they're in the middle of a full-blown tantrum is the same chemical reaction that happens in a teenager's brain when they're pitching a fit about something they're not happy about. So, just saying.
Just saying. So what do we want to do as 8th graders? We want to expand our vocabulary. We want to become more educated. That's what part of this is. So some of you may have never heard these words before. That's okay. I don't remember ever using the word cudgel. Ever. In my life. However, I'm going to do everything in my power over the next 2 weeks to try to use it. So, here we go. Moreover, by understanding what the author is trying to communicate by using certain words within a story, you will have a better grasp on that scene or the overall story itself by understanding what these words mean. Try not to just gloss over words that you don't know. Try to use context clues, try to get a sense of what's being said, or look it up. You guys have information at your fingertips. For the directions below, there are 6 words. There are also 6 definitions. Already you're thinking, I'm going to match these up. You'd be correct. Your task is to match each definition with the word it correctly defines. Notice, I've completed the first one for you. That word is cadavers. It is B, dead bodies or corpse. Now you might be saying, what the heck's a corpse? A corpse is a dead body. That helps us understand what happened with the monster. He was put together, assembled with dead body parts. So now, I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Your job is to put the letter next to the word that it defines. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, go. I might even only give you 2 minutes. I'm a rebel like that. VP, did you already do this? You're a savage. Did you already do it? Now I'm only giving you 1.5 minutes. Oh, I may have gotten some emails while I was gone. Yeesh.
You can see what's coming through on the chat.
Oh, good. Let me know.
Oh, no, it's not good.
No, it's not good.
You're freezing up apparently.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? My email just kicked over. It restarted. Oh, we've got a lot, by the way. I see a lot. Oh, that's not good. Where's my thumb there? I'll be around. Yeah. Sorry about that. Not sure what. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, you just froze for like 20 seconds. What's up? All right, I got you. Hold on, give me a second. Bottom. Ooh, yeah. You would think they were up all night trying to do the assignment. That must be it. Nothing yet, Aja. We're going to do that next. So be ready. Great job. Great question. We're going to do it next. Okay? There's a sort of a flow that I got going on here, and I want to make sure that we give an ample amount of time for that. So good question. I'm going to disappear for a second. No, I can't disappear. I can't get up. Got it? I'm going to look at your answers. But before I do that, I'm going to look at my answers to see what the correct answers are. Got it. Ooh, I think you might be off. I think you might have 1 or 2 wrong. I think you might be off. Oh, buddy, I think we got some wrong answers here. But then again, we do have some right ones. Got some wrong ones. Hey, got some wrong ones in there. You know, I got to be honest, I was a little tentative to give answers. I didn't want to do it. I was apprehensive. Oh, got a couple wrong. Yeah, baby. Got a couple wrong. You may have gotten them all right. You too may have gotten them all right. I saw you switch answers, though. It's cool. No, that's fine. It's cool. You're allowed to switch answers if you got to.
I wanted to talk to you about my grade.
We can talk about it. Let's wait till after we do this, okay? No problem. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, got it. You may have gotten them all correct. Good job. Yes, a verb.
Noun. Thing.
Good job, good job. My instincts were to make sure that we, go over this. I was tentative, but that was my instinct. Yes, quite. 10 seconds. It's go time. Go ahead. Do it. Woo-hoo. All right, the first one. Cudgels. Who's got it? Hold on. MK. I think that's F. Right there. That's F. Good job. Absolutely correct. There are short sticks or clubs that you carry to beat people with. It's kind of like where we got the billy club for the cops. That long bar with the handle. That's sort of what they got going there. Next up, firebrands. JT. E. I think that's E. That'd be correct. Nice job. Firebrands are pieces of burning wood, and they're carrying those. And if you remember, that makes the fact that he lit the match to light the cigar make a little more sense, because the angry mob was carrying those. He equates fire with an angry mob, so when he lights that match, he recoils. He jumps back. Next up, instincts. L. It's JL. Go ahead. As in dog. Good job. Nice work. Instincts are inner knowledge of how to act or what to think. A lot of times you get in a scary situation, and the next thing you know, your instincts are telling you, get out of here, run, go. And if you follow those instincts, maybe it saves your life. Maybe. You never can tell. Type of deal. That was instincts. Next up is recoil. Is that you typing those?
Yeah.
Good job.
You're glitching, so they're asking.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nobody likes the glitches. Next up is recoil. Who had that one? Who had recoil? In the back. That's A. Nice job. Like an apple. Look at that.
Catch.
Yeah. Better throw, though. Let's be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Last one is obvious, right? Since we've done all the other letters. C. Did you have that? Nice job. I didn't let you answer. Sorry. Good job. C. Last one, C. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Go back up to that top section. You are going to actually fill in exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. And this is why you want the poem on the other side. I'm going to give you an example of exposition, what I would type in. And I only have the example because last period, I stole their answer. Here is what I would type in for the exposition. Remember, we're introduced to characters and sometimes setting. What I would type in for the exposition phase, the reader is made known of a baron who puts together a monster and keeps him locked in a dungeon, but that monster escapes the dungeon. That is what I learn in the exposition phase. I understand that a monster was created by a baron, and that baron kept that monster in a dungeon. That is what I have for the exposition phase. It is now your job to fill in the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Does that make sense? So when I say go, JT, what is everyone going to be working on? The plot diagram, that's right. Exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Ready?